Welcome to Village in Motion. It is October the 19th. This is a wonderful day. It's a fall day, and I hope you're enjoying it tremendously. But for the next 30 minutes, we've got a nice Village in Motion show with David Taylor first, and then we've got social work, and we also have hospice coming on it. So stay tuned with us, okay? And first, we're going to go to David and talk about sales here at Green Spring and how things are going. How are we doing, David?
We're doing well. Thanks for having me on the show. It's a gorgeous day outside. I was just making my way down the hill, and I was thinking to myself, gosh, fall has finally arrived.
Yes.
Feels amazing outside. But sales is doing an incredible job. You know, we are well into the fourth quarter of the year, kind of making our way to the finish line, and only got a few apartments left. We have about 8 or so that we're working on right now, and the team's energized, motivated, and we're doing really well. We just came off of, as I'm sure the whole campus knows, our gigantic event that happened on October 6th earlier this month. We had about 180 guests on campus. So thank you to the residents for allowing us to take over Village Square for that afternoon. But amazing an event. Maya, who is our new event coordinator, has been with the office for a while. That was her first event, and I think she did an incredible job.
Superb job.
I think she did an incredible job.
How many priority list, how many reservations, those kinds of things do we get out of that?
So we got 2 folks that reserved an apartment that are now going through the process. I believe we got 3 or 4 folks to join the wait list.
Wonderful.
But the key is not the day of the event. It's about the follow-up. And I think one of the things that our team and how sales has kind of evolved over the years is that we're able to track what happens to the folks that attended that event 3 months, 6 months down the road, and that's really telling. We looked at the expo from last year, and from last year's expo to earlier this month's expo, 29 people who went to last year's expo actually reserved and moved in.
Wonderful.
So it really is something that it's not really the day of impact, it's how it impacts our entire year.
So it really stimulates them, though, to start thinking and really planning?
Exactly, whether it's meeting with our personal moving consultant, Anna Greaves, or it inspires them to, downsize one article of clothing. Everything kind of, transpires after that event that kind of gets people thinking, maybe this is the year that I really need to start thinking about this process. So we're excited to see kind of how all the follow-up impacts the results, and also the next couple of months as we get into kind of the winter months, into spring. We're interested to see what those 180 people end up doing. So thank you all once again for your support, for your sacrifice of allowing us to have that space. It was definitely well worth it. So.
Right, good. With the fact of getting people in for a event, for an open house, what is really the largest stimulation for them? What's the largest reason, the greatest reason for them moving in here?
Oh gosh, that is a question that has several different answers. If I could lump everything into kind of one overall general category, I would just have to say peace of mind. And peace of mind has a lot of different facets under it. It could be peace of mind of not having to worry about maintenance in the home, so living a maintenance-free life. It could be peace of mind of re-sparking kind of socialization. Peace of mind of not having to have your family members worry about what's going to happen to you down the road. So I think there's a lot of different reasons why folks move into Green Spring and communities like this, but really that overall desire to just live a better life, have that peace of mind, whatever that reasoning may be, to just live out your retirement years in kind of peace and keep going on. So I think that really kind of sums it up.
Speaking of different communities, as you well know, Braddock Road event is coming up, apparently. What's happening with that?
So, Braddock Road, that property, obviously it's the new Erickson Living dream for that to be the next site of a community like Green Spring. It's in the very beginning stages. They had a kind of public forum the other night where community members kind of got to hear Erickson's vision for that land, but it's still in the very beginning phases. At that meeting, it was really almost projected that if everything goes smoothly, and if anybody's been in zoning, construction, that is a tall order. But if everything goes smoothly, we really wouldn't even be able to begin building on that site until 2021, 22. So we got a ways to go to even get to the building phase. But that's really kind of where it's at right now.
Okay. But is that going to impact us? Is there a projection of what effect it's going to have on us?
So one thing I will say about when this organization decides to build on a parcel of land, they take in a lot into account. They look at, how many seniors that kind of make up our population live in that area, what other communities are located within that vicinity, and really make sure that it's going to be a success, not only for the residents in that area, but also for the organization. They don't want to take from other communities as well in that location, because obviously we're all one big family. We want all of our communities to do well. So with Ashby Ponds and Green Spring kind of almost sandwiching that Braddock Road area, it was a consideration that the organization had to look into. But I think ultimately, when you look at how successful Ashby Ponds is right now, how successful we've been right now, sitting at 98.5% occupancy, having a wait list of about 1,200 people, I think there's enough demand in this area that location won't infringe upon the success of the other two communities. That's what I'm feeling right now from everything that I've seen. And then also, it provides staff as well opportunities to grow in their position, grow in their roles. So right now I see it as a positive, but only time will tell. We'll have to see how it plays out.
But we really don't need to be concerned about tomorrow, about someone moving in over there versus here.
No, I mean, like I said, it's a long process. I mean, someone moving in, someone ready to move in the next 2-3 years, waiting for Braddock Road, that's going to be a long wait.
So it's much better for them to move here.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, move to Green Spring. We've already started receiving calls about Braddock Road, and our messaging is, join the wait list. I mean, that's the only thing we could do right now in regards to Braddock Road. Join the wait list, and that gives us time to convince them that Green Spring's the place to be.
So when you say join the wait list, are you talking about Green Springs wait list, or are you talking about Braddock Road's wait list?
I'm talking about Green Springs wait list. Because even if Braddock Road, it eventually starts building, if you're on the wait list at Green Spring and Ashby Ponds, you could also join that wait list, and you'll have a better date. So that's kind of the only piece of information we can give to folks who have called in interested in that property.
Certainly. Speaking of people being interested in things, and I understand that more people are interested in larger apartments. Asking for larger apartments. What's happening with all that?
So, one of the things that I'm sure all the residents know, we have been combining some apartments as they become available. That process is a long process. I mean, it's looking like it could be anywhere from 9 to 11 months to get through all of the permitting, zoning process, build out for those things to happen. But it is providing us an opportunity to offer larger apartments. These customized 2-bedroom or the combination units are already sold. We have people for them, and I know the residents are anxious to go in and take a look at what they look like. We just had a preliminary walkthrough with all the construction in one of the combination units, and I got to tell you, it is a pretty incredible floor plan. So we're looking at more opportunities for that next year as we try to kind of lower the smaller inventory to create those larger spaces.
With that, then, if somebody moves to a smaller apartment, just let's say somebody here decides to move to a smaller apartment due to the death of a spouse or finances or whatever, do they get a reduction in regards to their monthly fees, those kind of things, or some kind of incentive to move out of a larger apartment to a smaller apartment?
If If we're looking at a result for, we have an apartment that's come available and we're looking at, wow, if we had the next one, next to it, we could really make a really nice combination unit. We would have those conversations with the neighbors. If someone's just looking to transfer just because they want to go into a smaller apartment, their monthly fee would adjust to whatever that rate would be for the smaller one, and that's just something they could come by to the office, talk to us about, and we can talk through, what the transfer policy looks like for them.
All right. You said what? We've got only 8 apartments open now?
We have about 8 apartments that we're working on right now. We have a handful of 1-bedroom with dens. We have a couple 2-bedroom, 1-baths. We have a couple studios in there. So if anyone's looking for an office space, come down, talk to us. We could probably make something happen with that. But yeah, we have a good mix of apartments, but only a handful. So that's a great problem to have.
Right.
So the team is just working on those and getting folks in, got some appointments coming in, so that's what we just keep trying to offer those apartments to folks that are interested.
Good.
So.
And you're seeing what, 6 or 8 people a day?
Gosh, our average, I can tell you this, my sales counselor, Sheila Willing, it's her task to at least to have her alone 15 appointments in a week.
Wow.
So that kind of gives you an idea, and that's just her.
Right.
If you spread on kind of everybody else, we do about 100 to 110 appointments a month. So they're busy.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of people coming through, right?
That's right. That's right. We hope that they keep coming through.
Right. Is there anything that we as residents can do to assist you in your department?
I will say the marketing committee that works closely with my staff and I is extreme help and support. I would say if there's anything that other residents want to get involved in the sales and information team, and what we do is helping us out with the events, showing your apartments, being greeters, being table host. You can reach out to Maya in our office if that's something that's of interest to you. And those are really the biggest opportunities for residents to get involved in our day-to-day. So if anyone's interested in that, definitely reach out to our team. We'll be happy to get you set up with one of the events. Also referrals. So
referrals?
If you have any friends.
So is there still the referral reward or award?
There is a referral program. Once again, you want information on that, we can come to the sales office. And so, yes, it is something that I think we have to do a better job of kind of publicizing and letting people know how that works. So I think one of the things that I'll do is definitely send out another reminder to residents about the referral program and how that works, so they'll have all the information.
Very good. Yep. Well, David, thank you very much for all the information, and
no problem.
We're glad to have you with us, and we look forward to seeing you again next month.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thanks
you again. Folks, don't go away. Stay tuned with us. We've got a roll-in that's coming in regards to the Diwali video and the trio promotion, and so we'll be right back with social work and hospice. Stay tuned.